Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Angelica Bonilla here with Excellence Real Estate in the HD and the Bonilla Group. So today we actually closed on a property here in Barstow, California. It's kind of windy. Okay, so if you're looking to buy a home in Barstow, you're going to want to take a look at this video because I'm going to have tips for you to follow, things that you need to know if you're thinking about buying a home here in Barstow, and things to look out for, because it's very important for you to know what to look out for when you're buying a home here in Barstow, California. All right, guys, so this is the neighborhood right here. It's a single family residence, okay? This is how the neighborhoods here look, okay? Nice. I mean, this one nice and quiet. It's in a cul-de-sac. Okay, it is kind of loud because we're next to a freeway, but other than that, I mean, it's a pretty good property. Okay, so stay tuned for the video. That's what we're going to be talking about. And okay, so don't go away. So if you're thinking about relocating or buying a home here in Barstow, California, you're going to want to see this whole video. All right, hey guys, welcome to Barstow, California. So if you were thinking about buying a home or relocating into the area, that's why I wanted to put this video together, because we just closed on this property here in Barstow, California. And there's certain things that came up and that happened in this home sale that I just know that you're going to benefit from the information. Okay, so the first thing to note is, and also one of you guys, one of my YouTube subscribers called me and was asking me questions. Okay, so I figured I might as well do this video for you guys. Okay, so one of the things that I did notice about Barstow is that if the property is in a good condition or okay condition, has some upgrades to it, um, has flooring. I mean, just the kitchen is a little updated, bathrooms are a little updated. You're seeing that these properties have multiple offers. Okay, so if you're a buyer and you're thinking that you want to come into Barstow and you want to do a low ball offer, you're gonna probably want to reconsider that, because even my buyer that we helped buy this house here in Barstow, he wanted to do a low ball offer, but we called the agent that they had, I think it was 3 to 4 offers and his offer. Okay, so like I mentioned to him, I was like, why don't we come in strong, make a good offer at the list price, not go over, okay? And see what happens, because like I told him, I don't think the house is going to appraise because nothing in the area had sold for $280,000. Okay, so that's the thing, that you as a buyer, you also need to work with an agent that's experienced. That's us, right? You're looking for an experienced agent that works here in Barstow. I'm Angelica Bonilla and Laura Bonilla. We're your real estate agent that you can go ahead and contact us. Our information is down below in the description. Okay, guys. So yeah, let me keep it going. Okay. So yeah, so like he wanted to uh, make a lower offer than the asking price, and like I mentioned to him, I we feel, actually Laura is the one that negotiates everything. Okay, so Laura told him, I feel you could go in at asking price, not sure if the house is gonna come in at that home value. Well, guess what, the house didn't appraise. Okay, good news for him, the buyer, not good news for the seller, of course, right? But also, let me tell you another thing that we did notice is that the property didn't have electricity. Okay, so before you can do any inspections, you as a home buyer, okay, you and your agent should know this. Okay, your agent needs to make sure that the property has electricity. Everything needs to be turned on. Water, the gas, okay, the power, of course, right? So all of the utilities need to be turned on the property in order for you as a buyer to do your home inspections. Okay, now talking about home inspections, if you are thinking or doing a home inspection and you want to see what is it that you need to look at or what you need to go over, check our check down below, because we also put together a home inspection checklist for you to take if you're doing your home inspection, just things for you to pay attention to and things you need to know that the inspector is going to be checking for you. So the property had no utilities on. So like I mentioned it to my buyer, and I told him that we couldn't do the home inspection the first weekend that we opened escrow, that we were going to have to wait to do the home inspection until all the utilities were on at the property. Okay. So this, as you may know, this delayed the process in escrow. Okay. So it doesn't matter if it's going to take more time. Your agent needs to ask for an extension of time. Okay, because my buyer was worried. He's like, "Oh, what if it takes too long?" But it was no fault to the buyer that the seller and the listing agent didn't make sure that the property had electricity or all the utilities on. So that's something that's in the contract. The buyer needs to make sure to do all of his investigations to the property. How is he going to make sure everything is in working order if there's no electricity, there's no gas? I mean, how will he check? There was no water, there was nothing on. Okay, so that's something to really keep in mind. Don't just try to push escrow to keep going if everything is not when everything is not how it's supposed to be. Okay, so a big thing that I learned is that make sure that all utilities are turned on. Doesn't matter how long it's gonna. Well, it does matter how long it's gonna take, but it's no fault to the buyer. This time it was the seller that took like 2 weeks, and it delayed it 2 weeks. Okay, after all utilities were turned on, okay, the air conditioning got flagged. Okay, so got flagged by the gas company. Okay, this is why it's so important to make sure that all of the utilities are on. Because if the buyer comes out, does his inspections, and then just takes the home as is, he wouldn't have noticed that the HVAC unit would have had a tag on it from the gas company. Okay, so that's something that's very important. So we still did our home inspection, but now the seller had to take care of the HVAC unit. Okay, so the air conditioning unit and the heating. So now that's another thing that I don't know if the listing agent or the seller, but I mean, that kind of caused them to come out of pocket to fix this item, that if they probably would have had the utilities on and see if that was working, he could have saved some money up front instead of just opening escrow and just trying to do everything while you're in escrow. Okay, this is for people that are looking to sell their home. Okay, you also need to do a couple of things before you put your home on the market, and making sure that even if it's vacant, all utilities are on for the whole time that the house is listed. Okay, so that's that little story that happened here. So he couldn't do his inspections right away. He had to wait until all utilities were on. Good thing we waited, right? Also, another thing that came up is that, yeah, there was some termite work that needed to get done. But when we wrote his offer, we did ask for termite Section 1 clearance. Okay, a certificate to be given to the buyer. So that Section 1 clearance is just saying that there's no termites visible. Okay, and anything that does have like dry rot is going to get fixed. Okay, so he did have some termite damage, but it got paid by the seller because we asked for it as his agents. Okay, another thing that you need to make sure is that when you're getting your home inspection, you ask the inspector, the person that's doing the inspection to the property, if he's going to be able to check the unit, the AC unit that's on top of the roof. Okay, because some of the inspectors don't check units that are on top of the roof. Okay, so before you schedule your home inspection, make sure that you check that the home inspector is going to check the unit on top of the roof. Okay, so before you book your home inspector, make sure. That's another thing that I noticed, that a lot of the homes here in Barstow have their AC unit on the top of the roof. And another thing to note is that either you're going to have to make sure the house has central AC and heating. If it doesn't, it's going to have an evaporator cooler. Okay, you're gonna have to see if that's something that's gonna be okay with you. And a lot of the homes don't have central AC and central heating. Okay, so that's a big thing to look into when you're buying a home here in Barstow. So just keep all of these little things in mind when you are buying a home here in Barstow. Because I was seeing a lot of the different properties had similar issues to what this property had before we even opened escrow. Okay, so those are things that we as real estate agents are going to look at. We're going to see, does it have an AC unit, central heating, what kind? Okay, what else do we look at? We're going to make sure that when we ask for your home warranty, this is another thing that we do. Okay, Laura's going to do this. It's going to make sure that she asks for a home warranty, she's going to make sure she gets you the best home warranty. Okay, and that it includes whatever your house actually needs. Okay, so if there's no appliances, why will you get a coverage that's going to cover appliances? Use that money to cover a different area. Okay, so those are all little things that you need to look into, because what I'm noticing, a lot of people just think it's writing up an offer, writing it under asking. Okay, when there's so much other different things involved when it comes to buying a home. Okay, so let me kind of break down to you what happened here in this property. Okay, so what happened is that the property did not appraise. Okay, it appraised at, he offered 280 and it appraised at 270. That's how much it appraised at. So that's $10,000 under the amount that he offered the seller. Okay, so there's three things that a seller can do. Okay, he could either lower the price to 270, cancel escrow, or have the buyer come out of pocket and pay the $10,000 in difference. Now, as a real estate agent, okay, we told the buyer, Laura told the buyer, I don't think it's a good idea for you to come into a home for something that it did not appraise at the value of the 280. We need to negotiate to get you the house at 270 and plus the air conditioning. Okay, so that was something that was very important for this buyer. Okay, he removed, wasn't too rough on getting certain items fixed, but the air conditioning and heating was something that he did not want to negotiate on. Okay, so what happened is that Laura negotiated with the listing agent to have the seller drop the price to 270 and also install a brand new AC and heating system to the property, which he's going to get. The system costs around $10,000 brand new. And he also got a warranty that came with the system, with the brand new system that is going to transfer over to him as a new homeowner. Okay, so there's certain things that your agent can do for you. I just wanted to break down what happened with this property here in Barstow. Okay, keep in mind that even if you go in at asking price, if you could check if the houses around the area are selling for the price, and then you can see where you're going to go in and what price you can offer for the property. Okay, so that's just a little thing for you to keep in mind when you're thinking about buying a home here in Barstow. But also, if you use us, the Bonilla Group, you use Laura to help you buy a home or find a home, you don't have to worry about none of that, okay? Because she's going to guide you every step of the way, okay? She's going to tell you if she thinks the house is not going to appraise. She's going to guide you and tell you what's the next step, what's going to happen, okay? We guide you every step of the way when it comes to buying a home. It's not just getting your home loan and just going for it, okay? You really have to keep in mind everything that goes with buying a home here in Barstow, California, okay? All right, guys, I hope fast and I didn't run through everything that I wanted to tell you, okay? But I just wanted to bring up those points, especially for people that are moving or wanting to buy a home here in Barstow, because we're getting a lot of people reaching out wanting more information about Barstow, and you know what? It's because it's affordable, okay? And hey, I'm here for it. If you guys are looking to buy a home here in Barstow, we definitely know how to help you and guide you. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Angelica Bonilla here with Excellence Real Estate and the Bonilla Group. Bye, guys.